Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope you are all happy from the current crypto market. Here with you, Anna Tutova, co-founder of Coins and our guest, Vincent Hoffman, who is head of ambassador relations of Lingo. And maybe you heard already about it, maybe not, but it's a gamified real-world assets-powered rewards ecosystem for the next billion users in Web-3, and they're building on Base and Solana. So Vincent will gonna tell us more about it. So great to have you here, Vincent.
Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so can you tell more about the project and how and when did you join it?
Awesome. Yes, I'd love to. So I've been with Lingo now for, well, in September it'll be 2 years. So, 1.8 years. I'm the head of ambassador relations, as you mentioned, but as it's a startup, we kind of all work across different departments, and that's what I love about it. So, I speak to a lot of different people about Lingo. If I'm talking to the Web2 non-crypto people, I'll talk about Lingo as loyalty rewards on steroids. When I'm speaking to the Web3 crypto degens, I'll go into a little bit more details about what makes us unique. So, to tell you that in a nutshell, I mean, if we look at crypto projects over the last 10 years or so, you would notice that the majority of those projects have always been reliant on a constant influx of new users and new money to pay off old investors, what we call sort of Ponzi-nomics. Some projects had the best of intentions to reward their community with transaction fees, but at the end of the day, that's just trying to capitalize more on hype and speculation. It's just more sell pressure and no real tangible value or utility. So where we do things differently, because we know that at the heart of what gives crypto the exponential potential it has, it comes from the community. So it's all about the reward mechanisms and the sustainability thereof, which is very important. So what we do with transaction fees is we invest transaction fees into real estate, yield generating real estate. And the magic of what we do with our real estate is that we tokenize, or we will tokenize 100% of the profit every single month by buying back our own tokens from the open market. Those are the tokens we distribute to our community, who can then use those tokens to redeem for real life rewards, whether it's a subscription on Netflix, Spotify, shoes on Nike, or maybe it's going on vacation at one of the 100,000 hotels that are ready to integrate into our platform. There's a lot of cool verticals I can go into here, but in essence, that's what I love about Lingo the most. It's the economic model, which is fueled by real estate in the way that we do it.
So in which countries do you buy real estate?
Technically, I mean, we are registered in, I think it's 5 or 6 countries now. We need to have the company registered in every country where we want to purchase real estate. The first one is in Dubai, and there's quite a cool few things about the real estate. Let me mention 1 or 2 points. We could purchase any real estate that generates a monthly rental yield in fiat, but we are specifically targeting short-term rentals within the hospitality industry for quite a few reasons, but the most important one is that we can optimize for the yield. So when we are purchasing short-term rental properties like Airbnbs, small hotels, we can optimize for the yield because it has to be in a location that's evergreen. By that, I mean the booking rate is very high throughout the year. So the first one is in Dubai. We have a few earmarked in Paris. But yeah, we can basically buy anywhere around the world, wherever we have a company set up, and it has to be in a location that's, crypto friendly, and the booking rate is very high throughout the year, not seasonal.
Mm-hmm. And as well, so you currently don't have your token on the market. So what are your plans? When will it be launched?
Yeah, so I can't go into specific dates, but I can sort of tell you where we are. As I mentioned, the community is at the heart of everything in crypto. So one of the things we've done to sort of expedite our community growth in a very organic way is through socialfi. We've recently launched our socialfi a couple of weeks ago. I mean, we've got more than 3 million tweets done over the last few weeks made by the community,
Wow, that's great.
more than 200,000 new community members. I think it's actually quite a bit more than that now. On Twitter and on Discord, we got 100,000 new. But the point is, socialfi is really a tool to expedite our community growth. We're doing so with a similar sort of reward mechanism. Our socialfi will lead into our community pre-sale, and then TGE a couple of weeks after that. So we're very close.
Okay, so how can community participate in your pre-sale?
Well, the best thing would be to follow us on Twitter, join us on Discord, so you can keep up to date with announcements. Our socialfi is actually the best way, actually it's the only way to get a whitelisting spot for our community pre-sale. Our socialfi is quite incredible. There's quite a few different things that can be done, but through the socialfi, besides being able to earn Lingo, you can actually earn a whitelisting spot so you can purchase in the community pre-sale, which we expect will sell out very quickly. So those whitelisting spots are something good to get.
So can you tell more about the socialfi? Like, do users can download the app on Apple Store or Google Play and use it, or how does it work?
Yeah, just the browser. You just go into Google Chrome, lingoislands.com. We've made things as streamlined and as easy as possible. I mean, we've basically got 5 different islands in our socialfi. The first one you go to is on the very left, Ape Rock. You basically connect on Twitter and you send your email. That's it. Then you've got your boarding pass, and on the next island, you basically share your invite with 10 friends. All they have to do is follow us on Twitter, join us on Discord, and there we go. You've already got your whitelisting spot. And then it goes through quite a few different islands where you can engage with our posts. There's quite a few cool, fun gamification elements in that. But yeah, we've got about 20 million Lingo actually allocated to our socialfi. So we have got quite a few different benefits and rewards through NFTs you can earn, Lingo, whitelisting spots, and it's all gamified. lingoislands.com.
That's cool. And with the loyalty rewards for the brands, how will it work? So will people be able to pay via your platform in Lingo tokens for services, and they will get some cashback, or can you explain how it will
Yeah,
work?
so how it works from a user perspective in relation to the loyalty rewards on steroids. So a user would buy our tokens once, whether it's on an exchange or directly through the application. They lock it. Every month they get rewarded with more Lingo tokens. And as I mentioned, those tokens that they are getting by essentially staking, that comes from our real estate that purchases every month. So that's where the tokens come from. And because we have the mechanism to sell tokens, to sell the rewards back into fiat to pay service providers, we can include just about any tangible rewards. So yes, you would do it directly through the platform. You would purchase, whatever you want through the platform, whether it's a hotel in Spain, your vacation in a hotel in Spain, or whether it's whatever it is, directly through the platform. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool. And can you tell us more on from the aspect of real world assets tokenization, and what are your current views on it? It has been quite a talk for many years already, but we haven't really seen any practical realization. Just like we saw some examples of people trying to tokenize real estate or to tokenize bonds or anything, but now it seems it's quite a big narrative, this bull cycle, and we see all these biggest asset management funds like BlackRock talking about the future of tokenization, and that our whole world will be tokenized. So what are your views on it?
100%. And I love the RWA narrative just because, with the advent of the internet and as everything's progressing, you got the metaverse that's also in development. I think a lot of people want to make that connection between the real world and the virtual world. And there's obviously 101 thousands of millions of ways that can be done. Some obviously applications are more successful than others. But yeah, we are not tokenizing or fractionalizing real estate itself. We are we're tokenizing the profit. So we accumulate the real estate through transaction fees. So basically year on year, just from trading volumes and transaction fees, we can accumulate more and more real estate, each of which is buying back from the market with 100% of its profit. So we tokenize the profit. And yeah, it's all about, generating the rewards for the community. And that comes from our real estate, which fuels our rewards ecosystem. Just to mention a point I kind of forgot on your last question. the USP for the non-crypto person, actually even for anyone, is you purchase Lingo once, you get rewarded for life. Because when you purchase it, you lock it, you get rewards every month based on the buybacks from the real estate. As we move forward in time, we get more and more real estate buying back. Obviously, when we get to a bear market and the general sentiment of stakeholders is to sell tokens, our real estate isn't going to care about market sentiment. They still have to buy back every single month with 100% of the profit. And that's
So
how we're
what
doing it.
will be the average API from the staking of Lingo tokens?
So that is a tricky one. So please don't hold me to this. But we, based on some calculations we've done, it works out to be about 15% per year APY. But that's very unofficial. That's not like it's 15% per year. This is technically, we are pioneering in this model. This economic model hasn't been tried before, but from everything we've done and tested and connected with all the professionals that we have, it's looking promising.
Yeah, that's quite a good return, and I guess it's quite safe as well. And on your website, it's mentioned that you have $3 billion investors combined assets under management. So can you tell more about that? Is it like your investment into real estate or what's that?
Awesome, great question. So we have quite a large investor base now, and the $3 billion under management are their assets under management. That doesn't actually pertain to what we have under our management. The guys that have $3 billion worth of assets under their management have invested in us, essentially.
Okay, great. And you are building currently on Base and Solana. So why did you decide to select those chains? And do you plan in the future to go more multi-chain and to build on more chains?
So yeah, there's no set in stone answer here. I think, one of the things I love about this space is the ability to pivot and adapt to market trends, market needs, and the stakeholders. I mean, essentially, when we first built up everything, got the smart contract done, we were all geared for Polygon. I mean, we knew we didn't want to be on Ethereum given the gas fees. Polygon is where we started. And as we move forward, we found a lot of, what's the word, like win-wins, a lot of pull factors where we should actually launch on Solana and Base. But as we move forward, it's entirely possible that we will have be on multiple chains. I know that we are also looking at Binance Smart Chain.
Okay, cool. And can you share as well some of your views on the current crypto market? How do you see the development of it for the next year?
Yeah, look, so this is my third bull market. I've stopped trying to predict or anything like that. And I actually find now that's my third bull market, I've become a lot less emotional with any market movement, but I do pay attention. I do find it very interesting. So look, I'm bullish. But if the price had to shoot down now at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd still be bullish because any drop down now is, I think, temporary. There's a lot of macro factors prevalent, which I think the bull market is yet to begin. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Trump gets elected. If he does, I think that's going to be a very big white flag. Because, I mean, I've always said for the past year or so that I feel like when America switches their position on crypto, that's going to be like the start of an incredible bull market. And America is already showing signs that they're starting to see, oh, look, we haven't been making the best decisions for the country. Let's see how we can adapt. So if that continues on that trend, I think we're going to be golden.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see the bright future for crypto. And can you share as well maybe some upcoming plans for Lingo? What's next for you?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of partnerships, a lot of things in the pipeline that I can't talk about, but essentially the biggest thing right now is our socialfi. I believe we are the top trending unlisted projects in the world right now. Then it's all about completing our ICO, getting listed on the best tier 1 exchanges, and then maxing out on the amount of real estate that we can then purchase. And then we've got, the product itself. That's been very interesting for me to watch evolve. There's a lot of cool adaptations being worked on. So it's all about, getting that product to market, not only in that it needs to be streamlined and user-friendly and all that jazz, but it needs to be sticky. That's where the gamification part comes in. So it's been very cool to watch how that evolves. So, the biggest focus for us after TGE will be the product itself, and making sure that all the cogs are turning well.
And as well, maybe you can share any of your recent partnerships for Lingo.
Yeah, I mean, the three that I can remember, there's Magic Eden, Mon Protocol, and the Sweat Economy.
So in what way do you cooperate with them? Like, will you...
Yeah, so I know Magic Eden, they've got a platform where they reward their community. They've been done very, very well and considered to have very high quality members. They're also growing very well. With Sweat Economy, I think they've already onboarded millions of people from Web2 into Web3 with their own use case. And, the beauty of Web3 is finding other collaborators, other partners, which are setting trends and, making an impact. And together we go a little bit further. So, I mean, with Sweat Economy, I know that we both sides appreciated the use case and the synergy with what we're trying to achieve. So yeah, we are looking at various different ways that we can integrate.
Cool. And as well, you mentioned that you have some real estate investments in some countries. Do you plan to explore some other countries too? And which those countries are?
So currently it's Dubai. I know that we've got a few earmarked in France, in Paris. But technically, as I mentioned, there's a few prerequisites or criteria that the real estate has to adhere to. Most importantly, we need a company registered in that country. So if we find a particular deal where it's crypto friendly, it's in a what's it called, evergreen area where the booking rate's high throughout the year, then we set up the company. But yeah, we're going to go. We intend this to be a global thing, a global encompass the globe. But I mean, when you walk through a city, I mean, most of the buildings around you would be owned by, an elite few. How cool would it be if you're walking through a place and the majority of the buildings purely existed to reward a community? So yeah, I mean, obviously it's early days, but essentially we want to grow the portfolio global as much as we can, because we need more stakeholder-centric economic models like this.
And do you face currently any challenges with Lingo, and how do you navigate those challenges?
Yeah, so I mean, the greatest challenge right now is I'm gonna try not to swear. I'll often be caught saying, screw blockchain, screw AI. We need clones, because I mean the biggest challenge at the moment is, there's not enough hours in a day sometimes to get things done. Yeah, it's just right now it's all about execution. We've got no unsurmountable challenges. I know that we will face challenges as we move forward. There's no two ways about that. But no, there's nothing pressing that I can think of offhand. But I mean, when you've got a great team, nothing is unsurmountable.
Yeah, team is quite important, and especially during the bull market, we always feel the lack of time to
Yeah, well,
try to.
thankfully, we've been building for more than 2 years now. So we've been building through the bear market. So it's not like, oh shit, what are we going to build here to capitalize on the bull market? We've been building for a long time. So we're quite ready. It's just we could do with some clones.
Yeah, that's great. And as well, since you with Lingo trying to onboard the next billion users to Web3, so what in your opinion, do we really need for the mass adoption of crypto, and in what way can we onboard billions of users into it?
Beautiful. Well, actually, one of the things that, got our two co-founders, inspired about the technology and the growth potential came from the acknowledgement that blockchain technology is at twice the adoption rate of the internet in the 90s. We know there's about 1 billion people who are crypto curious, but have not been able to take that leap forward to sort of, get involved. And the three main reasons for that were found to be that crypto is too complicated and hard to understand, too risky, and a lack of tangible value. And that's really how Lingo was birthed, with a use case that's sort of easy to understand. We deliver tangible rewards. It's less risky because our economic model is fueled by real estate. And yeah, we're loyalty rewards on steroids.
Yeah, so thank you for such great conversation. Guys, check out the socialfi app of Lingo, and maybe you can as well get some rewards and airdrop from Lingo, and follow the social media channels. We'll leave the links under the description of this video. Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here.